It's okay, it's alright, won't be waiting for long.
What's up? Thanks for coming back through. Really good one today, as you know. Loving the obscure brands. Got a really strange one for you here. As has been the custom for the last few months, I am falling prey to the Instagram ads that jump into my story. Now, it's not just that any one will do, but when one piques my curiosity, then it's time to purchase. So, today I have a very, very surprising one. Very surprising. Fast fashion has long used factory direct to produce sort of look-alike knockoff goods. I say look-alike, not so much, they are knockoff. It's just accepted knockoffs. They've produced these goods en masse, low cost, high quantities, and often of materials that don't match the original thing. You've seen it with all types of brands: H&M, Uniqlo, Zara. Zara is the one we're going to be talking about today. Now, Zara has some really awesome stuff, especially in Europe. Having traveled there, Zara's clothing and quality is great cost. The quality seems to be on point, and this only backs that up. So, today we are going to be talking about the Zara Marathon Runner. Now, that's the name of it. That's all. If you've ever shopped at Zara, you know that they're pretty straightforward. Describe what the thing is. That's just what Zara does. They keep it very, very minimalistic, very to the point. Now, Zara does not lack for presentation. Gotta love a fashion brand that gets into the tech space, the running tech space. This is how the box came. Fashion all the way. Clamshell open. And you get, beautiful wrapping paper, metallic dots. Oh, in a very fast fashion Zara way. Minimalistic branding. Again, with their stripe shape right there. It's a beautiful box, uniquely shaped. It's got all the sizes, but the European size is the biggest. Now, this is a US 12. They have it listed as a European 45. Normally that is an 11.5. So they're kind of going to whole sizes because the next size up is a 46. The shoe fits true to size. Zara Athletics, again, it looks like it would be a plain box, but all the details are there. You've got to appreciate that from a fast fashion brand getting into the running space. You open the box. Graphics, explanations, telling you the weight and everything of the shoe. In the size 42, it's telling you that the stack is 38, the drop is 8 millimeters. The weight is 260 grams in a size 42. They're giving you all the information. Fast fashion is going to crush the marketing of the shoe world. I love this. Zara, kudos for that. It is a supercritical TPE foam, internal carbon fiber plate. Chef kiss, Zara. Chef kiss. This is why Zara is a really, really premier brand in terms of the fast fashion space, and they've got a ton of fans. Lots of people who like Zara. If you haven't been to one, get to one. If you've been to one in Europe, you know what I'm talking about. Get there and go to a Zara. It's crazy. I love it. This here is a complete surprise. And as we go through the features, you're going to be really shocked. Now, my commentary on this has been like the other things that we've looked at. For instance, the one we just reviewed. There are so many similarities to the Flame 3, it only leads me to believe that factory direct design has a template. You pick your template, you alter it based on your needs. A fast fashion brand like Zara wants to be on point. They want to be fashion forward. So they're going to customize the template a little bit more. So let's get into some of the features of the Zara Marathon Runner. It does not lack for quality. It does not lack for features. I've been in this shoe all week, rocking it steadily, putting it through its paces. Between coaching, working out, I've been in it for over 7 miles every day. I'm not a marathon runner, but I like a quality shoe. This is a quality shoe. Surprisingly quality shoe. Upper midsole, outsole, like we always do. The upper is a standard open mesh, very, very open. Breathability super high. Toe cap there is great. Part of the upper, I know it's the outsole, but part of that is how the upper attaches right there before the big toe. The lacing system, standard lacing system with the fusing right there around for the eyelets to be pulled. Great support. Tongue, slightly padded, and they get big points because it is gusseted. Ha! Well played, Zara. You can see it right through there. The gusseting there is both a little bit of support and holding the tongue in place. It's a little bit low, or should I say a little bit more toward the front. So when you do slip your foot in, you get a little bit of bunching on that tongue. You got to kind of pull it back to get over your socks. But once it's in place well, and it is very, very good. Love the padding on the tongue. Love the sort of split tongue construction that lays right against your shin. A little bit of padding there. Very, very minimal in branding, which I love. No one could figure out what these shoes were, and I like that. I could wear it with other gear. No one was beholden to the brand. As long as the quality continues to go up on some of these factory direct brands, I have no problem with it, because I kind of like not being tied directly to a brand when you see the logo in terms of athletic gear, because many times we are missing out on great product because it's not Adidas, it's not Nike. And I'm an Adidas guy. You guys know that. I'm a big Adidas fan. I like it when there's no logo, because I want to wear what I want to wear that day. I want to wear what's comfortable, and I don't want the logo police to get me for swapping logos on brands. More about the upper. It's a sewn upper inside, but that collar right against your foot is no sew. You're gonna need a sock that comes above the, not really above the ankle, but just above the lip of the shoe. I did run into that problem a little bit with the stitching in the back there, getting a hold of my ankle a little bit, and it caused a little bit of irritation. So I would say, ankle sock, running sock, any of those that come up above the ankle or at least above the shoe, key. I had my Asics socks on that have the tail lip on the back. That worked just fine. That helped out. Padding there to lock down. It actually worked pretty well. On the socks that I did have, it pulled them down because it was gripping the back of my heel bone really nicely. So that support is there. Ortholite insole, very, very thin with a super aggressive piece of glue just right there underneath the heel. So if you want to swap out the insole, you're going to tear it. I did swap that one out. It's only in there for the review. It's very thin. It is ortholite, which I like, but it is a very thin piece of ortholite, and there's enough room in the shoe to swap in something a little bit more substantial. I put another ortholite insole in from one of my Nike runners because their blue ortholite is a lot thicker. These dots are all reflective, so that's very, very cool. Good reflectivity. Great little pattern to add to the upper, give it a little bit of spice without making it too fancy, too much, too overbearing. I love the converted flap on the back, little pull tab. I like to wear this one up because it was a little more comfortable on the heel there. Again, with the Zara stripe that it's showing. With those numbers again, I wish I knew what they were. If anybody does know, let me know. Athletics with a Z. This has fast become one of my favorite shoes to wear almost all day. Midsole. What they are calling this is a TPEA. I don't know what the rest of those numbers mean. I mean, I know it's a marathon runner, but marathons are 26.2. So why did they put 26.1? I don't know. 26.1, 18.1. Who knows? That little stripe there is the most you're going to get from Zara. Like the blue stripe on the toe right there. So, no logos again, but they are calling this a TPEA. It feels like TPE, but you definitely have to break it in. It's gotten softer and softer and worked in over the course of the week as I've been wearing it. It didn't start off the softest, which kind of worried me at first, but now it's great. It's as good as any. It's a little stiffer. It's not as cushiony soft, but the roll construction is so much better than most. So what I've found with a lot of shoes, based on all the ones I've reviewed, is you're either going to get the cushiony cloud soft shoe, even if it has a plate, it's going to mush you in. Then you're going to get the other end of the spectrum, which is a more terse, dense shoe that rolls you. So one or the other. You're rarely going to get both. This feels like a slightly more dense version of the Adios Pro 3. It rolls me forward like the Energy rods. Oh, I didn't mention that part. This shoe has a full palm carbon fiber plate. Now they hit it well. They don't show it off. A lot of brands show it off. This one you get just a little sneak peek of it as it is sandwiched between the two layers. Very, very cool. You can see from that line, that's exactly where it is. It is not an S-curved plate, which is good for my foot. This is just a gentle curve, a gentle rolling curve from front to back. Or should I say from back to front? But it's good. Stiffness is there. Harshness is not. I like that very much. That bottom layer has a kind of Coke bottle, cutout there. That hourglass shape. It cuts down on some of the weight for sure. But it also gives your foot a platform to sit on while making the heel to toe transition a little bit more efficient. There's more material near your foot than there is near the ground, just slightly, not a whole lot, but it's great. You've got a great crash area here with that heel, and then you transition very smoothly. There is no very big clunk clunk. The transition from heel to toe is very smooth, and then you've got a great crash pad up near the toe. And they put the information right on the midsole. 8mm drop, 38mm stack in the back. So you're going 38 to 30, carbon plate. Hey, thanks, Zara. Outsole, as we already just looked at with the shape of that bottom layer of the midsole, you're getting very good crash rubber. And it is rubber. It's not a foam or a foam rubber. It is a rubber component, just like tire rubber. The grip is good. I would say it felt like Puma grip. I'm not going to give it Puma grip status, but it felt very grippy like Puma grip. I was on a Mondo surface. I've been on concrete. It's very cold here, so we're indoor now. Again, with the rolling back, as we've seen on Brooks, as we've seen on Asics lately, the construction of this shoe is on par with any other shoe that's out there. I dig that. I really do. Like, when the factory direct brands are catching up, we get the benefit. I got this shoe for, I believe it was $130. It's got every feature of a shoe well beyond the $200 mark. It just does. It feels somewhere between my Adios Pro 3 and my Asics Meta Edge. It's great. It's inarguably a good shoe. And so I'm kind of rooting for these factory direct brands, these more obscure brands, to continue to produce good looking things. They got to look good. They got to look the part, but then act the part also. And the Zara Marathon Runner acts the part. Now there's a black version I might like to get my hands on, and at that price point, I probably could. There's another couple of brands I'm going to be trying, very similar. Again, some fast fashion brands that have come out with their own runners, some internet brands that you won't find in any other place. Now, before we turn our nose up at that, that is exactly how Noble got started. That's how Noble operates today. They are a factory direct brand. But I anticipate that brands like this, those factory direct, consumer direct brands, are going to continue to grow as they gain credibility. And the Zara Marathon Runner is no different. The factories are where these things are built. So the factories are now showing and selling this technology to anyone who wants to come to them. They've finally tipped the economy of it because they're tired of the big brands paying them pennies and making millions, billions even. So the factories got smart. This is where they're made. How about we sell this technology to others? There's no such thing as a knockoff anymore. There's just not. You clever Zara. You clever Zara. Athletics. Very nice. Thanks for coming back through. Really appreciate you. Check this one out. And if you get your hands on it and get your feet in it, come back and let me know what you think about it. All right? We'll talk to you soon. Appreciate you. Peace.
So